My kind transcends your very understanding.
In today's video, we're going to be going through Amazon's best AI robots that you can buy right now here in 2024. I'm Eric J. Coons, and welcome to my little place on the internet where I like to explore products, places, and ideas with you. Let's get into it.
Robots are coming out of their cages.
Just as a side note before I get started, I am going to be leaving a bunch of links down in the description below for not only the robots I mentioned in this video, but also a bunch of robots outside of Amazon, because I've done a lot of videos on this channel about robots, so I'm here to help you find your personal robot that best suits your needs. Now, after my top 5 picks for what I think are the best on Amazon, I'm also going to give you some honorable mentions because some robots may be better for you than my top 5 personal favorites. With all that being said, let's get to our first robot, which is... Say hello to Astro, your very own robotic sidekick at home. Not to be confused with the PS5's Astro Robot. This clever bot not only trolls your house with Alexa, but also lets you peek into any room from basically anywhere. Need to check if you left the stove on or if the dog's eating the sofa again, Astro would be on it. With its amazing navigational skills, it can zip around your home, avoiding obstacles, and even remind you when it's time to leave for work or feed your fish. Plus, with just a tap, you can shut down its sensors for total privacy. And for those who dig gadgets, you can kit out Astro with all sorts of cool add-ons. It is, however, our most expensive robot on this list at basically $1,600. But with it being basically your own personal security robot slash friend, it might be worth it to some people. Still though, one of the best AI robots that Amazon has to offer. But if $1,600 isn't your speed,
I need more money.
Number 2 on the list may pique your interest. Meet Miko 3, or possibly Miko 3, I have no idea how you pronounce that. This isn't just any home personal robot though. This is like probably the smartest little professor for your kids or for yourself as an adult. It's packed with a bunch of features that boost learning for your kids or yourself, turning study time into basically playtime. It gets smarter each day to keep those little minds engaged, or your big brain minds if you're an adult, although it's mostly for kids. Security and your data is apparently a big thing for this robot. Of course, anytime you're getting any kind of AI robot, just be careful because any company could get hacked or be doing some nefarious thing behind the scenes. One of the cool things though about Miko or Miko, whatever it is, it's always updating with new stuff from big names like Disney and Paramount and so many other bigger companies. It's basically like having a little buddy at home that teaches, plays, and grows with your child, or grows with you as an adult. Personally, I just bought this thing and I actually have a video coming out pretty soon reviewing this in the next couple months, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because that is coming, a full review of Miko or Miko 3. Maybe I'll figure out how to say it by then. But so far, I'm pretty impressed by it, and I've seen a bunch of videos of people that have used it that are also impressed, which is why I had to add it to this list. Price-wise, it is much better than our first robot because it is $199 currently. I think the actual listing price is somewhere around like $220 or $230, but it's almost always on sale for $199. Now, our next robot is good for kids and also really good for adults. However, it is a little bit more pricey, so we're getting back into that top tier level. Not quite as high as Astro, but still pretty up there, which is Moxie the robot. Not to be confused with that weird healthcare robot that came out about half a decade ago. This robot was designed to be your kid's new best friend and learning companion, but is exclusive to the US. So basically, if you don't live in the United States, you're not gonna be able to use this robot. It only services people in the United States for some reason, so just be careful if you're buying it outside of the US. Personally, I think this robot could be good for adults, but I think it is again pretty aimed at kids. It's basically like having a personal tutor that's fun, supportive, and totally customizable for up to 4 kids. This way, every sibling gets their own setup, their own digital buddy. And as for the parents, if you're using this for your kids or for yourself, there is an app that accompanies it. So basically, the app can keep you in the loop with everything that your kids are using it for and also keep you in the loop for whatever you're using it for. Like I said, this robot is on the higher side. It is $799.99, so $800 basically, which is pretty high for an AI robot, but again, it looks pretty cute and it does a lot of cool things. This leads me to my 4th pick. It's the only robot in this video that doesn't have a face, but I still think that it works really well as a personal robot, which is This robotic dog is so much more than just a toy. It uses AI to recognize faces, avoid obstacles, and even play fetch. You can control it from your phone or let it wander about, giving you a dog's eye view of the world. Perfect for anyone into tech, coding, or just having a cool robot buddy that can actually follow along on adventures. And for those who love to mess around with your robot, tinker, customize, whatever, it comes with a ton of tutorials to get you coding and creating in no time. Now, this one is not as expensive as our last robot. It is about $599, so basically $600. But for everything that it does, I think it's pretty worth it. And the fact that you can customize it and do whatever you want with it coding wise, I feel like that's a huge plus, and it makes it a little bit more worth its high price tag. Now, before I get to my fifth and final pick for some of the best robots that you can buy on Amazon right now that are AI personal robots, I just wanted to quickly mention that right after this, of course, I am going to be giving you extra robot options in the honorable mention section. Anyways, number 5. Last but not least, Loona from Ki Tech. I could not leave this out. I've done a lot of videos on Loona on my channel. I absolutely love Loona, and honestly, out of all 5 of these robots, if you're looking at price and functionality, Loona is probably the best one by far. Loona is an AI pet that really gets to know you. Whether you're chatting, playing fetch, or just hanging out, Loona adapts and responds. It's like having a pet that's wired into the future almost. It can navigate your home with advanced sensors, it can keep tabs on things while you're away, or you can just enjoy a game with it where Loona chases a laser around, and a bunch of other games. Plus, it's all customizable through updates, and it has its very own app. Personally, like I said, this is one of my favorite robots. It has a bunch of AI introduced into it. I did a YouTube short on this that I'll put a link to somewhere up here that you can click on. But essentially, it does all sorts of cool AI functions, like I was able to hold up a can of Red Bull to it, and it was able to tell me it was a Red Bull can. And you can hold up a bunch of other stuff, and it's able to identify things, and that's just one of the many AI functions that it has. So I'm just a huge fan of Loona, and I think it's really great. Now, it does freeze up from time to time, but from experience, you're gonna run into that in almost any AI robot that you get. You just need to either let it die or reset it, and it'll be fine. Loona comes in at a price point of $500 on Amazon. However, quick pro tip, you can actually go to the Ki Tech website, which I'll also link below. Usually you can get it about $100 cheaper because they run a lot of deals on there. Now, the only catch is Ki Tech, when it sends out Loona, it usually takes a few weeks, if not a couple months, for you to get your robot. However, if you order it through Amazon for the little bit of an extra price, you're gonna get it within about 1 or 2 days because it's on Prime. So totally up to you, but to me, I think Loona is my overall big pick. Now, having given you my 5 main picks for the best AI personal robots on Amazon, let me give you a couple of honorable mentions that almost made this video, but aren't quite AI or aren't quite on my top 5 list.
Honorable mentions.
Number 1 is a robot I did a full video on, is Eilik, or Eilik, however you want to pronounce it. This one is not technically AI, however, it does a lot of cool stuff. It can sit right on your desk and just kind of give you all of the attention that you want. You can play games with it, you can do all sorts of stuff, a lot of stuff that you can do with other AI robots. This one just isn't AI, but I highly recommend it. I think it's really cool. The only caveat is, though, that playing with Eilik for more than a couple days or a couple weeks, you can kind of get bored because there's not a lot of updates, which is why it's not making it to my top 5 list. But of course, I'll leave a link below if you want to check that one out. And Eilik will typically run you about $139.99 on Amazon. Last but certainly not least, I wanted to mention this. This has some AI technology in it, but it's not technically I would say, like an AI personal robot, which is the Enobot. And there are a bunch of different versions of the Enobot, and a lot of people use these for their pets, which I think is pretty cool, but I didn't add it to my top 5 favorites because it's not one of my 5 favorites, but I think it is a really cool robot. One plus about the Enobot is that it does run on the lower end. You can usually find it anywhere from $130 to about $230 on Amazon. There's, like I said, different kinds of versions of this robot, but it's pretty cheap. I'll leave it down in the description below if you want to check it out. It's a pretty cool robot.
Glad those robots are gone. Now it's just us humans with our very human faces.
All right, now if you go to Amazon and you search AI robot, you are going to get a lot of hits for a lot of random robots. These were my top 5 and also my top honorable mentions that I think are the best right now. If you guys think there is a better AI robot out there on Amazon that's available that you like more than any of the ones that I said in this video, let me know down in the comments. Or if you own any of the robots that I talked about in this video, let me know down in the comments and let me know what you think of them so it can help other people who are watching this video and reading the comments. Really quick, before you go, if you want to check out my book, it is a sci-fi adventure. It has AI robots in it, and it is called The Very Strange Universe of Dr. Natalia Zeal. It's also available on Amazon, and the link will be in the description below. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching this entire video. I am going to be putting out a lot more robot reviews this year, plus a lot of other stuff. You know I go on adventures on this channel and skate and do all sorts of stuff. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, please do that. I'm going to put a video right up here if you want to go and check it out of another video that was kind of similar to this one, where I did a bunch of robots that are all under $1,000 that you can buy right now. Go and check that out if you want to get some robots that are a little bit cheaper than some of the ones that I had on this list. I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep exploring. I'm gonna go enter the Matrix. Peace out.